Just kind of wondering if I should get service around here. Let's get a little bit of a view. Nothing too much to look at. This is a trail I used to take quite some time ago to get to work. I want to say 2015, 2016. Of course, I'm walking the opposite way. I used to walk from here up there. But it's always nice to walk this trail again. I don't have to worry about anything like going to work. I just, yeah. Just kind of like just revisiting memories and just going for a walk. Bullshit nature walk. Bullshit mental. Bullshit mentality. I'm kidding. This is pretty healthy for anyone to do. I would say stop to smell the roses, but clearly no roses, just trees. But yeah, so about 5-ish weeks, no alcohol. So that's cool. To be honest, it's not really that fucking hard to do. Got to be real about it. It activates your mind a lot more if you once you get off of it for a while. You know what I mean? In my mind, part of me kind of wishes that some of you guys would just fucking give it a shot. Probably not for forever, but I mean, give your goddamn body a break. Give your mind a break. I know a lot of people on here who drink to their heart's content, and you guys seen me drink. You know, I go. You gotta learn when to stop. You know, give yourself a break. And then, once everything's under control, slowly get back into it. Find a new median. Because trust me, 20 years from now, maybe even 10 years from now, there ain't no way, no fucking way I'd be able to consume the way that I did prior to this. No fucking way. You know? Gotta readapt. That's what I'm trying to say. Of course, you have those people who are in their mid 40s, late 40s, early 50s, who still do that crap. That's a little bit of a rant. They go on here or on some other platform and they started acting all tough. Honestly, I don't get it. They pop up their squat on their chair, in line to whoever, secretly because they're upset at the or at something, not at the person that they're talking to. Just trust me. There have been times when I would, fire back, even playfully at times, and people know when I'm fucking around. And then they would just get upset, like physically upset. Because God forbid, someone actually gets upset about somebody over the internet. Who has time for that? To me, that's insane. I'll be pissed at somebody for maybe like 5 minutes if I'm drunk. But do you think really it's really going to affect me that much? No. There's way too much to worry about in his lifetime over he said, she said bull crap on the internet. And people should have learned that, especially my age, back in 2006. 2007, maybe I'll even say like 2009. That was a lesson that we all learned back in the day. And people just seem to forget it. My favorite line is, "Oh, if you said that into my face, this was face to face, I would have knocked you out." Okay, I mean, change your fucking change your tampon, I guess. Because here's the thing: where I come from, if something actually upset somebody from what someone else said, especially when it comes to a friend group, the logical thing is to set them aside and say, hey, you know what? I kind of don't appreciate that. Could you please never say that again? And then the other guy would say, you know what? Okay, my bad. Now I know your boundary. Of course, when alcohol's involved, you get some dumb fucking big ass buffoon mixing in alcohol with their fucking mind and symptoms. Of course, they're gonna get offended, and then because that's all they really know how to do, instead of trying to find a solution and be an adult. I guess what I'm trying to say is that that's, attitude is one thing. Oh no, it's tied back. It's tied back. Okay. But it's getting there. I think it's around, I want to say, it's like it's over a decade. But in, of course, it's going to end up feeling hot. But fortunately enough, where I'm walking, there's a lot of shade involved. So then there's a light gust. So I don't want my
like you said,
I don't want my shit blown in the wind. But yeah. I think and so I did this kind of like art 2017 since I got involved in the in this kind of community. I mean, even back then, like after a year, I pointed out like, hey, you guys are acting kind of fucking lame. Hold on. You'd be going, yeah. I got this share for link tag on my thing that I have to kind of modify everything to where I can read it. But yeah, it's just one of the many things that's dawned on me after taking a break, very long break. And to be quite honest, at the very least, I plan to go at the very least another month. I don't see a change in either, mainly because I kind of want everything put together in my life for the summer to the point where I can fuck around a little bit, and I feel comfortable as like, hey, everything's great, as opposed to the way I've been living for like the past year or so, where I always had to think about something or, like, oh man, this is coming up. Bills, I don't mind. Trust me, I understand, that's just the way of life. But it's just being around people who fucking stress me out, You should always be consistent. Okay, you're in charge of this and this and this and this. And I'll just be like, okay, all right. Where I got from, in my mind, you work to pay the bills, and then you make sure those bills are paid. After that, there's nothing to worry about. You shouldn't be constantly stressed. Should always have that stability. Things every once in a while will come up, sure, of course, but when it's all said and done, that should only be like once in a while. It shouldn't be these small things like when I was doing my best to take care of my family. oh, they said this, they said this. I don't give a fuck. Like, did it upset you? Talk to them. Tell them why you're upset. Why are you talking to me? That's literally how I view things. If someone upsets me, I let them know because I like to nip every problem on the bud and secure my happiness in that sense. I don't dwell on shit. Up here is a cave. Not a cave. It's just like an underpass. I remember one time, a little bit of a history lesson. I remember one time I was heading to work, like I said earlier in the video. But I didn't bring a jacket. I was just dressed to my work uniform. This is like in 2016, like I said, so almost like 10 years ago. And no jacket because it was sunny. So what I remember, and I got under this bridge, and it was pouring down rain for a good like 15 minutes. So I sat my happy ass right here. I go, oh, man, get called for a ride. I remember it didn't last too long. I couldn't get a hold of anybody, so after 10 minutes, I started walking. And after 3 minutes afterwards, the rain stopped. It was very short, thankfully. But this cave or underpass, first of all, needs to be cleaned up. There's cobwebs and shit. I'm not sure how much you guys can see of it, but clearly someone cared about this because there's painting on top. The bugs, butterflies, leaves, different color. Overall, there's not that much trash on the ground. Like the only thing you really see is a bottle right there. I could imagine if someone was homeless and this place was abandoned, this would be one of the first places to go. It's like, you got your light. Pitch a tent right up here and just go back. Easy. No. I started this video. It's well, you hear that echo. I started this, knowing I was going to rant about just like people in general who go on here. Not you, not anybody in particular. Well, there was one guy in particular, but you know what? I solved that problem just by I took care of him just by like muting him. He's no longer part of this channel. He could be friends with whoever else, but I don't really care. I'm the kind of cat, but anyone who starts drama, I have some way of dealing with it. Depending on how big it is, big of an issue, I either cut them off or talk to them about it. And if it's not a big issue to me, cut them off. It's pure and simple. Pure and simple in the fact that I don't allow people to get in the way of my happiness. Because I have ways of dealing what I need to deal with and accomplishing what I want to accomplish. I don't know if I want to like keep walking down further because I have to walk up here now where the traffic is. If I can, I'm not like cut on time or anything like that. So I don't know if I want to. There's something else really down there. I don't think. You know what? I just have to keep in mind my phone's not completely charged. I'm actually heading to my friend's house, so I'm down here. I got out of a job interview. It's where it sounds promising, so I'm going to give them a shot. So that's cool, and they pay pretty well, full time. So, so I'll give them a shot, like I said. If it stays full time, if business. It's a mom and pop shop. So if the business stays steady and I keep getting my hours for a while, I'm like, yep, then don't mess with my wallet, and I'll stick around. As long as I know how much money I'm getting a month, I don't give a fuck what I do. I'm good at a lot of shit, so you know. Yeah, there's really nothing down here. And I'm surprised that my allergies are not really getting to me right now, because from what I understood, this area was actually raining quite a bit uh, over the weekend. As you can see, there's a lot of like plants and stuff. A lot of the grass is dead. It's a lot of weeds, but there's also a lot of trees as well. So yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised that not like my eyes are not really like all too itchy or anything like that. Because last year I was fucking dying. But oh yeah, it's just the same thing on the other side too. Giants stuff, bugs that they painted. It kind of looks like some sort of college did it. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, I think long story short, it's just like to anyone out there who's like happens to see this and you know we still live that same party lifestyle. Bottom line is like, give yourself a goddamn for your body. You know, as cliche as it sounds, your answers aren't going to be at the bottom of whatever bottle you're drinking out of. So, my opinion, alcohol should be consumed out of celebration, not frustration. You see how that makes sense? Uh, yeah. So keep that in mind. Matter of fact, I may just break my seal and grab one right now. To be honest with you, I can grab a decent beer for $5. But nah, no, it's too hot. Anyway, so this leads up to here. Here, I used to walk this way as well when I worked at the restaurant down the street from here. I would come from that way and go up here and then continue walking that way. Uh, I think I took a slightly different route. See if I can find it, depending on where I live. I think this was the route that I took. I think. I know that. I know that. No, it was a different route. I'm sorry. They're different. It's a different trail, but I think they kind of like intertwine, if I remember correctly. And yeah, so I don't think I did not take my mountain bike down that road. That seems a little bit too steep for me because whenever I rode my bike home from work, I just wanted to get home as soon as possible because that job was BS. That aside, that was a while ago, another lifetime ago. Let's get one more view right here. See that? All the dead grass. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this place does like maybe. Get across the street. There we go. Yeah. It's, oh shit. Yeah, that's noisy, isn't it? It's fantastic. But anyway, it'll be a little bit too loud now for me to continue the song. So, like I said, at the end of the day, just like to anyone who thinks they might be doing too much to their bodies, give yourself a goddamn break. Trust me, you'll get more success that way. And to be quite honest, a lot of you cats who do live that life, sometimes I like to think that you're a lot more intelligent than you give yourself credit for. By what, like week 3, at least for me personally, by week 3 of being sober, you start to remember a lot that you kind of like put off to the side. Like, oh yeah, I do remember how to do that. You know what I mean? So that's at least for me, and I can't imagine like anybody's mind being that much different. And reapplying yourself to the real world. By that I mean, if you drink a lot, then everything's pretty much a blur, right? So I mean, you get it. Anyway, I'm out. Y'all take care now.